Hello guys, Davinator right here, and today I got a little video for you today. Now what I want to talk about, and this is just my opinion, but I want to talk about why I personally think Terminator 3 is actually a really good movie. Now the reason I'm making this video is because, Terminator Genesis is coming out in not too long, or actually by the time this video is uploaded, Terminator Genesis will probably already be released, but, whatever. Just at the time that I'm making this video, Terminator Genesis has not come out yet. And just basically, I just wanted to talk about something Terminator related, because I'm a big fan of the Terminator movies. Terminator 2 is one of my all-time favorite action movies. It's just a sight to you gotta watch Terminator 2. It's just amazing in every conceivable way. But anyway, on to Terminator 3. Now, most people hate this movie. Okay, a lot of people, just really, just absolutely despise this movie. And in some ways, I do understand why. But the reason that I think people hate it so much is because of their expectations. I mean, they were, really pumped to see this movie when it came out. I mean, it came out 12 years after Terminator 2. I mean, that's a really long time to wait for a sequel. Now, people were a little bit weirded out, I thought, the story was pretty much concluded with Terminator 2, but, alright, cool, we're gonna see Arnie again, that's great, another Terminator movie. People were really excited. When they saw it, pretty much everyone hated it. It got panned by critics, just people hated the movie. Fans just people to this day just trash Terminator 3 and just think it sucks. To be honest, I love Terminator 3. No, it's not nearly as good as Terminator 2. They're not even in the same league, let alone on the same level of high-quality filmmaking, but no, Terminator 2 is just, it doesn't get much better than Terminator 2, but basically, just people's expectations, they were expecting something on the same level or exceeding Terminator 2, but really, so basically that meant that their expectations were, if this movie isn't better than one of the best films ever made, I'm gonna hate it. So basically, yeah, they're just if this isn't one of the greatest films I've ever seen, I hate it. Automatically I hate it. So people's expectations were just absolutely way too high. Way higher than they should have been. I mean, I understand. A sequel to Terminator 2, I mean, that's a pretty big name to live up to, but still, I honestly, I think they did the best job that they could. If you just watch Terminator 3 for what it is, I think it's a great movie. Now, a lot of people, the main things that people complain about with this movie is the much more light-hearted tone, because this movie has a much lighter, hearted tone than Terminator 2 had. Terminator 2 is a dark, at times, kind of depressing and just kind of actually scary movie, and it's really intense. Terminator 3, it has intense scenes, but overall, it's just a fun popcorn entertainment film as opposed to Terminator 2. Not that Terminator 2 isn't just an absolutely amazingly fun thrill ride, but just Terminator 3 is just a lot more fun and just entertaining overall than Terminator. No, sorry. It's just a lot more. It's just more fun than Terminator 2, just is the point. It's just a very different tone from Terminator 2. But honestly, that's the tone that they were going for. They weren't trying to make something or they weren't trying to make Terminator 2 all over again. Although technically this film actually does kind of repeat some of the, does kind of feel at times like it is pretty much just Terminator 2, just with slightly different events, slightly different settings. But that's one of the only problems with it, is a little bit, to a certain extent, it is a little bit too similar to Terminator 2 in terms of the events that happen. But yeah, just in terms of tone, it's far different from Terminator 2. But just I think that was just the problem. People expected another movie to be just a lot like Terminator 2. But really, if you just watch Terminator 3 with the expectations of a really fun, entertaining, and actually pretty funny movie at times, then you get what you expect, because this is a very fun, entertaining movie. People hate the scenes where Arnold Schwarzenegger at the beginning, when he first just goes into the past. People hate when he walks into the gay bar and just, twists the gay stripper's hands around and takes his weird sunglasses and clothes. It's a stupid scene, but that's what they were going for. It was meant to be silly and ridiculous. The movie is meant to be kind of silly and goofy and funny at times. That's the tone that they were going for. You can't fault them for doing what they wanted. You can't fault them for making the movie that they wanted to make just because it's just not what you expected. It's just not everything that you wanted it to be. I mean, you gotta respect what the filmmakers actually wanted to portray. when they made on screen, and I think that they did a really good job. And it's not like this film is all just giggly, just goofy fun. It's a dark film. It's violent at times. It's got some pretty brutal deaths here and there, and I think the villain portrayed by Krishnana Loken, which is probably like her only good performance, to be honest, where she just plays a motionless robot. But I think she was really good as the villain. She's not as cool as the as the T-1000, but I mean Robert Patrick as the T-1000. That really is just one of the best villains ever. Besides, I honestly think he's a better villain than Arnold Schwarzenegger was as the T-800 Terminator in the first Terminator movie. And he was just amazing as the villain in that movie. But anyway, yeah, I really do enjoy this movie, and just the action sequences are freaking amazing at times. I mean, that car chase, even if you hate the film, you gotta acknowledge that car chase was ridiculously awesome. But anyways, yeah, and the CGI is not the greatest at times, but overall, I just think it's a really fun movie, and the rating that I would give it would be an A-. But anyway, guys, if you like this video, please rate and comment and subscribe, and if you want to, you can also share. Get out of my face.